Welcome to Love by Design, the podcast for high-achieving women who are ready to stop performing for love and start building it from truth, from alignment. Let's begin. Welcome to Love by Design. My name is Joan. Well, I want to start off by wishing you a happy and fantastic and abundant new year. Welcome to 2026. And it's just any year. 2026 is the year of the horse. So today is a little bit different. It's not my usual Love by Design episodes. Today I want to go a little bit deeper as I reflect and share what I experienced in 2025, what I saw in the world in 2025, and how that is going to set the tone for 2026 and beyond. So I already mentioned that 2026 is the year of the horse. Well, 2025, that was the year of the snake, which means the year of shedding. And that's exactly what happened to me. In 2025, a lot of things happened to me, a lot of shedding, a lot of new beginnings, a lot of endings happened. That was when I discovered and created the Real Attraction Pyramid. That was when I discovered the Love Gates, which I'll talk a little bit more about. And it was in 2025 that I saw how human design in its entirety, including the Love Gates, when put together, became the answer for everything that I now teach and had been searching for. It became the foundation of my work. So my work is no longer about tactics. It's no longer about tips. Now it's about the real, true foundation, the truth of how you are designed to love. And with that, the first thing I put out to the world, well, I put out the Real Attraction Pyramid, but I also created my dating archetype report, which was my first human design report. And boy, oh boy, I have received over 1,000 downloads so far. And for a lot of women who have read this report, they didn't just read it. They felt it. They felt seen. They felt heard. They felt validated, because finally they had the words for the things that they've always felt on the inside. They shed the lies. They shed the parts of them that were no longer serving them, that they're not too much, they're not bad at love, they're not a bad partner, they not have the skills for a relationship, they're not relationship material, or whatever other stories they have been telling themselves. They shed it all. But I was the queen of shedding. I had to do a lot of shedding last year. So as we step into 2026, which is the year of the horse, it's time to rise. Because horses don't second guess. They trust their instincts, and have you ever tried to force a horse to move? Doesn't work. But when a horse is ready to move, trust me, it is momentum. And so with that, for the month of January, I've decided that the theme of the month of January is going to be the foundation of aligned love. Because I want to go back to the beginning. I want us to be clear as we step into the new year what exactly it is we're working towards. What is that end state that we now want to be embodying and operating from, so that 2026 becomes the best year that we've ever said. So when everyone is there screaming, new year, new me, hustle, no. We're here, we're building from solid ground, we're building from truth, we're building from revelation, not New Year resolution. So this is the beginning of our journey with the foundation of aligned love. Okay, so let's step back a little bit. My year of shedding. Well, my year of shedding started like 2nd of January. Because 2nd of January, I had just come back from a vacation with my then partner. We had gone to Texas, Houston, to spend time with my family, my cousins, my aunties, my sister, my in-laws. It was a beautiful time out there. While I was out there, I started to get the nudge. I had a dream, an overwhelming dream, about us being apart, being broken up. And I told him about it, and he was like, oh no, it's just a dream. But I started to feel a certain nudge. And then on the 2nd of January, I heard it clear as daylight, crystal clear. The words were, you are not aligned. And I was like, which, oh my God, not aligned. But I trusted it. And I took the decision to walk away from that relationship. This wasn't a gentle release because we were deeply in love. This was a total rupture. There was no easing into this one. My year started with a crash landing that went on fire. So it not only crashed, it burned as well. But that fire did not burn me. It actually birthed me. That was how my year of the snake started. That was the beginning of my shedding. So this is the year that I'd been doing this work for a long time. And if you've been following me, you know that I've been on this journey for a long time. And I don't shy away from sharing my story and some of the things that I'm still working on, some of the challenges that I'm still facing. And I knew that even though I had done a lot of work, I knew that there were still things that were still holding me back. There were still beliefs, there were still paradigms that was giving me the results that I wasn't looking for. So this looked like the intensity of the relationships, right? Some of the patterns that I was seeing, some of the triggers that I was seeing, some of the timelines, some of the way I was still shape-shifting myself to be in a relationship. This year, everything showed up. And every person I met who wasn't aligned revealed a part of me that still needed to shed. And the truth is, I don't know if I'm done, but I know that there was a lot of release going on in 2025. There was a lot I had to shed, and I don't think it's the end yet, but I'm now at a point where I can look back and be like, whoa, there was a lot of letting go this year. And the more I let go on my ideas about relationships, my conditioning, the narratives, trying to force the relationships to happen, trying to be a certain way to be able to attract a certain kind of person. The more I let go of that, the more I started to see greater clarity in other areas of my life, right? Because they say that how you do one thing is how you do everything. When I started to see that, the more I became more certain about who I am or who I choose to be in relationships, the more I became more certain about who I wanted to work with, what my business was going to be. And I decided my business was not a business, it's a mission. So it's not about packaging products, it's not about selling quick solutions, quick wins. No, it's about being, it's about transformation. And so I started to build something different, and that's what birthed Love by Design. My real attraction pyramid arrived first, not from strategy, not from thinking. It was from a remembrance. It just came to me. And from there, the more I started to build out my business, the love gates was revealed to me. And the moment I read it, and I read the lines in the book, the Raruhu's book, that said, someone is going to come along who is going to move this message forward, I knew it was me. I heard it loud and clear. That's you, Joan. This is your mission. So I've embraced this in 2025. Every identity I thought I had of myself crashed and burned in 2025. And now I have the new me. I have evolved into definitely not my final destination, but a person who is clearer about what it is she's here to do, clearer about the message she's here to give, and the transformation that I'm supposed to help people with. And another interesting thing that happened in 2025, earlier in the year, an archetype was revealed to me, and I call him the Jake archetype. And this was revealed to me in the journey. And so I held on to that, my usual way of really holding on, trying to control the outcome. And I was like, okay, where's Jake? So where's Jake? So I started looking for Jake. And Jake started to show up in different forms. I'm up to Jake 5.0. And the first 4 Jakes that showed up, great people, but very quickly I saw areas where we were misaligned. And so I was able to trust myself. Well, some easier than others, but some were not easy at all. Because with every time I met a version of Jake, like I would have confirmation. But it seemed like I still wasn't learning the lesson. And it wasn't up until Jake 5.0 that I finally knew what the lesson was. So with Jake 5.0, with the other Jakes, I would see versions of them created by AI. And I'm like, oh, wow, this looks like this person. No, this looks like 2.0. This looks like 3.0. And so that was for me some confirmation, and I'll hold on to it. I'll be like, oh, maybe this is Jake. This is my divine partner. But then here's what happened with Jake 5.0. It wasn't an AI image. It was a sketch, a soulmate sketch that I had done in 2021. In 2025, he manifested in flesh. You have no idea what this does to a person, because how do you argue with this? This is an image from 5 years ago. I put the image, the sketch, and the person in AI, and AI gave me 21 reasons why it is exactly the same person. But let me blow your mind even further. AI said the only difference is that the person today is 5 years older than the sketch, which is exactly what it was. And so again, I ran with it thinking, oh my God, this is Jake. This is he. Oh my God, finally he's here. When I started to celebrate and started trying to force that relationship forward. But very quickly, things started to crumble. And it wasn't until that ended that I realized, boom, that's the lesson. Stop holding on. It's not about them. It's about me. And that is my message for you going forward. This journey is not about finding the one. It's about becoming the one. And I needed to go through 5 versions of Jay, have a soulmate sketch, mess me up to really, really learn what that lesson is. And so that is why this work has become so important to me. And that is why there's no better time than this new 2026 rise up into this new era of love. Okay. So I want to talk about why am I doing all this? Why has this been important? Like there's got to be other things to do. But the truth is, we're in a loneliness pandemic. Like it's not just that we have more single people, but more people, more women are in pain. More women who have done everything right still feel unseen, single, in situationships, right? And it goes both ways for men and women too. And the problem isn't women. The problem is where we are in the world, this performance-based love. We're running in the era of the Proverbs 30:31 woman, right? The woman who is selfless, she's sacrificial, she keeps shrinking herself, always serving, never receiving, right? And what has it led to? Exhaustion, resentment, disconnection. That model maybe worked for a while, but not anymore, because it wasn't built for the sovereign woman. This is the era of the sovereign woman. That paradigm was built to extract from us. But that's over, because now we are rising. We are rising to the era of the sovereign woman. And the sovereign woman is the aligned divine feminine. She's not trying to be perfect. Nope. She's not trying to be chosen. Nope. She's done performing. Now, she's living by her design. And she's magnetizing love from that frequency. Because your frequency is what does the attracting for you. So if you're living in your truth, if you're living by your design, you'll be able to attract conscious partnerships that align to you. And so that's the why. That's why I've created all this work. That's why I'm doing what I do, because I believe that human design is the best tool to help you become that highest version of yourself who can attract the divine or the conscious partner that you are looking for. It gives you the map, the exact steps that you need to take to raise your frequency so that you can finally have the love that you've been searching for. This is not about cookie cutter. This is not about quick win. No, this is about a big shift that when it happens, everything else shifts. So 2026, the year of the horse, we are rising. This is the time that we become the aligned woman. So if you found that 2025 was yet another year of attracting the same type of men, of going through the same situations, of repeating patterns that you're exhausted. You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're looking at the dating apps and saying, oh my God, it's a shit show. Like there are no good men left. Where are all the good men? If you found 2025 frustrated, then that was your wake-up call. That was your awakening, because you're ready. You're ready for something real. You're ready for something true. But now you need to step into it. Now is your time to build on that nudge that you felt in 2025. This is not the year that we perform, that we pretend, that we follow other people's ideas. This is the year that we trust our inner intuition. This is the year that we rewire the way we love from the inside out. This is the year that we build the roots behind true relationships, conscious relationships, not just any relationships. This year, we raise our frequency to the highest. We honor ourselves, we live by our design, and we magnetize love from there. So, here's what I want to invite you to. As we step into 2026, study your human design, because your human design shows you who you are. Ask yourself, on the real attraction pyramid, where am I operating from? Who am I attracting? Is it people at the chemistry layer? Is it compatibility? Or have I stepped into the conscious alignment layer of the pyramid where I'm now attracting conscious partners? Because without that work, nothing else shifts. That's how you start to identify where you are, so that you can do the work to be able to rise up the pyramid and attract the love that you desire. So you haven't found conscious love, not because you're not healed enough. No, absolutely not. Not because you're not ready. Not because you haven't studied. No, it's because you haven't returned to yourself. And in 2026, that's what we're doing. So I want to welcome you to your year of the horse. I want to welcome you to the year that you rise to become the aligned divine one. Because you don't attract what you want, you attract what you be. And this year, we're going to be just that. So, thank you so much for being with me on this journey so far. I'm super excited for what 2026 holds for us. There's going to be lots of moving pieces, lots of new things coming up. A new masterclass is going to be coming up. So, stay connected and let's be on this journey together. I'm still on this journey. I'm walking this journey with you. But I know and I believe that this year we will make the big shifts to become the aligned one. So whether or not we are in a relationship, we're good. And that is the goal. The goal is to be whole all by yourself. Welcome to your new era of love. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. And if it stirred something in you, trust that. Alignment isn't a concept, it is a calling. And if you're feeling the nudge to take this work deeper, then I want you to go ahead and book your Aligned Love Assessment, where we map your patterns, reveal what's keeping you stuck, and explore your journey to aligned love. You can book your session at joannwosu.com. That's JONNWOSU.com. Until next time, remember, you're not here to earn love, you are here to embody it. So keep dating by design, not by default. See you next week.